Welcome back. You're watching the Winnebago County Health Department's TV show where we talk about public health and relate it to your health. That was a short clip introducing you to the My Connection New website. We also wanted to mention that the Connection has a lot of promotional materials available, postcards, posters, and even table tents that are available that you could put out at your restaurant or other places where the public might see them. So if you're interested, please contact them. On to our next guest today. We have a bunch of different people from the community, both participants and workers from the health department. So we're going to talk a little bit about classes for promoting healthy aging, and I'll let them introduce themselves and their role.
Hi, my name is Joanne Murphy-Spice, and I coordinate the classes for the Healthy Aging program for Winnebago County.
And I'm Jamie Roth. I'm a community outreach coordinator for Rehab Arises.
And I'm Peggy Marler. I'm a participant in one of the classes.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us today. So first of all, let's start off with what is an evidence-based course? We hear that term, but it sounds a little tough. What does
Absolutely.
it mean?
It's a fancy name, just meaning that the classes have been researched, they've been studied, and they have been proven to show success in the community.
Good. So what types or who organizes these classes here in Winnebago?
Well, it starts actually at the state level. It starts at the national level, actually. The research usually comes from universities. So the different classes we have come from a variety of universities like Stanford, Tufts, different universities like that. And then the Wisconsin Institute of Healthy Aging, they're like a clearinghouse. They take care of getting that to all the different counties in the state. They're the technical support for us. They do the training. And so it's a real good marriage, so to speak, and they get the new classes to us.
And you say us. Who's us, the final level, bringing it in?
Us is, for us, and for the classes in Winnebago County, it's the Health Department and specifically the Winnebago County Wellness Coalition, which Jamie knows more about than I do because she's been involved with it longer than me.
All right, and we'll get to that. So what types of classes are out there? What can people sign up for or take?
Yeah, so there's a lot of different options. A few of them would be healthy living with diabetes, living well with chronic conditions, and then powerful tools for caregivers. And then
the two we've got this fall are the Strong Bones class, which is geared towards men and women over the age of 60. It's a strength training class, really good for people with arthritis, osteoporosis, things like that. And those are in every city in Winnebago County. And then we've got Stepping On, which is a falls prevention class. And that one is being held in Menasha and in Oshkosh this fall. And Peggy Mahler is from a former Stepping On class.
Good. So we'll get to hear the dirt straight from the source, right?
Exactly.
I'm glad to hear it sounds like there's a class for everybody. Who are these classes geared for? I mean,
it kind of depends on the class. For like healthy living with diabetes, you can be 25 and have diabetes. So when people hear the word aging, they think older adults, and that's not necessarily what it means. From birth on, you're aging. And so those classes would be younger. The Stepping On Falls Prevention class, we tend to see people who are a little bit older because the risk of falls does increase. We see a lot of daughters and sons bringing parents because everybody's headed there, and then you know what your parents are going through. So it kind of depends on the class.
Good. Well, since Peggy's here, we can hear how it went for you. What class did you take?
I took the Stepping On class.
And was that this year?
Yes, it was the last session that they did.
Okay. And so what interested you to sign up? What caught your eye?
Well, actually, I was approaching my 70th birthday, and so I thought that falling and breaking a hip would be really adverse to my goal of being self-sufficient as long as possible. So when I saw, the sign up at Marion Manor where I live, I went, ooh, and I signed up.
Great. Well, what was fun for you? What did you like about the class?
Well, probably my favorite part was the fact that it was a really well-organized environment. It was a comfortable environment. It was well-equipped. The facilitators were encouraging, and it wasn't, like one where we were taught all the things we were doing wrong or whatever. We got to practice what we were learning. We got really great handouts. It made moving from learning information for someone my age, which takes a little more issue, to actually putting it into your life and using it on a daily basis.
Great. Did you know people that you took the class with, or, I mean, did you just show up and hope for the best?
Well, actually, Barbara, who is one of the nurses at Marion Manor and also a facilitator for the class, came and asked me that since I still drive, would I mind driving some ladies. So I pulled up in front of Marion Manor, didn't know the ladies at all, so I'm like hoping that they'll figure out who I am and get in my car. And so I got to know those ladies really well, and that was really fun. And one night I actually couldn't get into the building, and I was glad I dialed up one of those. Could you let me in, please? It was great, and everybody in the class was fun. By the end of the class, we all knew each other.
Sounds great. So what are the biggest changes that it made to your life?
I really thought I knew a lot because I had done home care for elderly people, but I was surprised at how much I didn't know. And I would say that the most important thing was learning to be aware of my apartment. Things like it's better not to have things used all the time on the top shelf, so I rearranged my apartment. How I use my feet to walk. I actually did fall a few years ago because I tripped over tar on a sidewalk. And if I had been thinking ahead of what was coming up and walking heel to toe the way we're taught, I would not have had that fall.
Great. Well, thank you for coming and sharing that insight. I mean, even hearing what you have to say is making things come to my head that I wouldn't normally think of. So how long have these classes been around?
So some of the classes have been around for as long as 7 years now. They actually, originally Stepping On was the first class in Wisconsin, and it actually started in Australia. So they brought it to the States and have really expanded it. Some of the newer classes have only been around for a couple years. For Winnebago County, in the last 2 years, we've really done a lot of focus of bringing the classes and starting more here.
Mm-hmm. And so they've been going on for a while. How do people know when they're going on, where they're going on?
That's a good question. We have, go to our website, first of all, the county's website, the health department's website, and it'll be right on the first page, and it will also be on the events calendar. The other thing you can do is call the county health department. We'll answer any questions you have. There are flyers, lots of places. We have brochures, we have posters. If anybody in the community wants some to put up in their store or whatever, just give us a call and we will get them to you. A lot of physical therapists use the flyers for Stepping On because they see a lot of people who are recovering from a fall. Mm-hmm. And we all know as you age how scary a fall is and how it can really change things for you. And the other beauty of Stepping On is it makes you realize that while you have the fall as an accident, probably things could have happened before that could have prevented it, and you learn those tools. Mm-hmm. And there's a physical therapist, a pharmacist, a police officer to navigate in the community. There are many guest experts that also talk to you about the different things that affect your risk of falling as you age.
Okay. You said earlier that they're in every county or every community in the Winnebago County. So we've got Amaro, Winneconne, Neenah, Menasha, and Oshkosh.
Okay. For strong bones, the strength training class, that is in every single city. My goal, and that's kind of my role, and why I was brought on, is to get those classes like Stepping On, healthy living with diabetes, living well with chronic conditions, powerful tools for people who are caregiving a family member. Get those in every one of the cities and on a regular basis, like every fall at this time, every spring at this time, so that then I can do the other part of what I want to accomplish, which is to collaborate with healthcare providers in those communities and other community members and organizations so that we get constant referrals, so that we have the goal of people that have access to these programs all the time near them. We'll even help with transportation if we can and things like that. So we're really working to towards our goal of having quality as we age also.
Good. And how affordable are these classes? I mean, is there a price tag on them?
Well,
Peggy said very. I
Very.
just wanted to repeat that. 'cause
It was
that great.
$15 to take the stepping on class.
Okay, and that's about the average range. And how many classes are in it?
7 weeks.
7 weeks.
So 7 classes.
At 2 hours. The
Nice.
Straw and Bones class, we were laughing about it because it's a strength training class. You use weights, and we were figuring it out because it meets twice a week for an hour. And for 12 weeks, that it's like 61 cents a class, which I don't know any place you can have a class for 61 cents.
Sounds like a good deal. And you
Right.
can go hang out with your friends, right?
Right.
Your new friends that you're making. Well, thank you all for joining. Learned a lot today. Again, I just wanted to reiterate your role is to make everyone know about these classes and to set up
Yes.
new classes. So if you want to, you can contact Joanne at the health department.
Definitely.
Best way to get a hold of you.
Well, my number is 920-232-3006, or just call the health department and they'll get in touch with me. I've got a email address, but if you call me, everyone's just a friend I haven't met yet. So, you know, I would be more than willing to talk to you. It's just going to make the community of Winnebago County so much healthier.
Great. Again, go to our website, www.winnebagopublichealth.org, and you can click on the events calendar to see when these classes are coming up and be informed. You can just call us to sign up.